Hey everyone, and welcome to Anchor Watch, our late night weekly below deck chat where me, Jason, Adam's fiance, and my friend Josh take over Adam's channel to talk about, well, Bravo's below deck. Now listen, I told Adam, I'm like, why am I on my channel sitting there covering below deck every week when you're the Bravo guy and you're missing the one show that carries Bravo? Below Deck consistently gets ratings way over 1 million, 1.3, 1.4. Doesn't matter what franchise, it constantly and consistently beats The Housewives. So we had to bring it here. And anyway, let's jump in and discuss, well, Below Deck Sailing Season 3. It is the finale. We wanted to move it over here while we can. And Josh and I are ready to talk about that. So let's jump in. Ding, 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 ding. Wait, hold on, guys. So we have a tradition at Anchor Watch. You have to ding.
You got to ding something.
You got it. Just ding something. Guys, welcome to Anchor Watch. This is my friend Josh. We used to perform in Cirque du Soleil for a very long time together, and we cover Below Deck every week. And we have, well, Anchor Watch is just full of shenanigans.
Speaking of our biggest shenanigans, we've moved homes.
We've moved. I mean, look, we're pink now.
We're pink now.
We're pink. We have a pink background. We have a new intro. We are officially on Up and Adam.
I love it. And thank you, Adam, for letting us mess with your space.
I'm sure we should be thanking him after. I don't know how this is going to go. Guys, we have a great group here in the chat. If you're new here, welcome to the chat. If you're a Below Deck fan, welcome. Listen, you can be two types of people here. You can be a naughty yachty or you can be a big tipped buoy. If you need answers for what those are, just ask the chat. They will help you out. We have some in the house. Norma is in the house. Elaine, Annika. We're so lucky to have this group of people. So let's just start with that. Oh, and already someone has an attitude.
I'm actually responding, so here we go.
There we go.
There we go. So yes, Adam is being naughty. Also, for those of us joining for the first time, buckle up and put on your big boy and big girl pants because the chat room can get a little naughty with us being a late night show. So
it can be, yes, and this is a late night show. This might be one of a few late night shows we might be doing towards the holidays. So that's a little bit away, but I'm super excited about that. You are more than welcome to bring a cocky or a glass of wine to the show so we can get through this. Listen, on yachts, they drink, right? We always see them drink. I mean, if you're sober and going on a yacht, I don't know, go scuba diving. I don't know what you do, but anyway, listen, we have a lot to talk about. What are we doing tonight? We're going to recap the finale of Season 3 of Below Deck Sailing, which to me has been honestly the best season of Below Deck Sailing. Hands down, right? I'm actually looking forward to the reunion only because of the camaraderie, not the drama.
Yes. Yep.
That's the first time ever. Like, what is this? This isn't Bravo anymore.
Yeah, so for those of us who have been joining us and those who are new, we've got tonight we're going to recap the finale. Next week, we're going to have a big show to celebrate the reunion. We've got a panel coming on. We want all of you to call in. Jason and I are going to think up some wacky questions. Oh, my God.
Adam should be in bed. Adam, you should be in bed by now.
Yeah, I thought Adam wasn't on camera because he was going to be in bed.
I tuck you in and you go to bed and you be quiet while we do our late night show. This is how it works.
It's like my son. We put him to bed and then we hear little foot pitter patter and he sneaks around the corner. That's Adam right now, sneaking around the corner.
Yeah, it's like, go to bed, girl. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're gonna do the reunion show next week. Following weekend is 4th of July, so everybody take the week off, enjoy some cocktails.
The week off. Enjoy. Now, listen, on the 4th of July, though, we are getting a preview. Now, okay, hold on really quickly before I go into that, because we talked about this last week, how Below Deck Down Under was apparently going to be airing on Bravo. Still, the rumor is it's going to. That is not what we're going to be covering right away because we have Below Deck Med coming back, which I'm actually really excited about. But they're doing their preview on July 4th on Peacock. The official premiere is the next week, and that's when we will start covering Below Deck Med. Now, I know a lot of you have seen the trailer. Josh, I know you started watching Below Deck Med. I think that was your first franchise you started watching, if I'm not mistaken.
That was the one you started me on, yeah, Below Deck Med.
So we're all familiar with Captain Sandy. And listen, Bravo is pulling all the stops out for Captain Sandy because they love her. There's an entire new crew joining her. Everyone, new bosun, new interior, new exterior, no one that we've seen before. They've also upgraded her yacht. She's going to be on the motor yacht home. So in the trailer, you see her said, I would like to think of this as a home away from home, no pun intended. But this is about a 50-meter yacht. It's a Heeson yacht, which I think are amazing. I forgot if Captain Sean likes these or not, but it's a very similar yacht to Sirocco. Sirocco is about 10 years older than this, but it's the same length. It's about 50 meters, 150 something feet. But it looks a lot more modern to the yachts we're used to seeing on Below Deck. So what are your thoughts on this? Are you wanting to see Sandy again?
Well, okay, so Jason, I'm afraid we're gonna lose credibility right here if we admit, but I think you and I are the two people who kind of like her, kind of don't mind her.
I just no. Oh my God. I don't know how. Listen, I'm actually excited to see Sandy again.
I'm excited to see what the season's gonna be like. It does look exciting. There's a couple things. One, I think that yacht with that interior is gonna give us a new setting for Below Deck, like sailing boat, yacht, whatever. All of them, they start to kind of look the same interior wise. They were all kind of built roughly the same years. They're nice, don't get me wrong. Hey, I would obviously go on any of them, but it does start to look the same, whereas this one looks completely different. Like, I think this season, just from that alone, will feel real different. But also,
totally,
the other thing I really liked from the trailer, which you and I have commented on a lot the past couple seasons, both of the Below Deck, the regular franchise, as well as this past sailing yacht, is there was a lot less excursions to shore and seeing the surroundings, probably due to COVID restrictions, obviously. And so this season looks like they are back to, there seem to be a lot of shots, at least in the trailer, of them exploring the surroundings with the guests. And that always just brings a level of excitement, and it's interesting. It breaks up the monotony of being at sea. So there's a lot. I'm going into the season like there's a lot of things working for
hopeful,
that,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we went into Below Deck season 9 thinking this, and we got gypped. So I just want to say that.
Drink, everybody. Jason mentioned season 9.
Yeah, every time I mention Below Deck season 9, you have to take a drink. It is literally the worst season of Below Deck we've had ever.
But we were.
I'll drink to that. I'm looking forward to this. This is the first time, not only that Sandy, but that Below Deck has been in Malta, which is an island nation just south of Italy. Fun fact, I used to work for the Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection, and our headquarters was in Malta. So it is a great place, especially for super yachts. It's a super yacht home. I'm super excited to see Malta on television. We've been to Croatia so many times. We've done the south of France so many times. In Below Deck Sailing, which we're watching, we're in the Balearic Islands in Menorca. It's going to be so nice to see this island nation. It is beautiful and fantastic, and I can't wait.
I'll say this: the whole Mediterranean that's coming, it's kind of theirs to lose right now. I feel like they're starting off on a right foot, at least from the trailer. So yeah. Jason's about season 9.
I'm so bitter because this is how we started, right? We started Anchor Watch with Below Deck season 9, and I promised everyone, guys.
Oh yeah, we came out the gates raring to go. We were so excited, everyone. You're gonna love this, and then it was like
a shit show. The only great thing we got out of season 9 was Captain Sean. # Team Sean. Team Sean, we love you. Sean, we love you. Shout out to Team Sean and Worth Avenue Yachts. Thank you for this hat. It's amazing. I am super excited to see where this goes. All right, so we put up a poll before we did, and Josh, I want to get kind of how you feel about this finale of Below Deck Sailing Yacht. I think it's been a great season, but if you could rate it 1 to 10, what would you give it? 48% of the people said between 7 to 9. And live chat, if you're in for this, go ahead and give me your rating.
And another thing, when you look at this too, Jason, from 7 to 10, 78% of the audience gave it between a 7 and a 10 when you add
That's
those
true.
two.
That's
So,
very
okay,
true.
I normally go first. Jason, what would you have rated this finale?
I'm just going to be completely honest. I'm going to rate it a 10.
Okay.
And there are
Okay.
not so many finales that get 10s, but I really enjoyed the ebbs and flows of this season. I enjoyed the crew. I know we lost 2 members of the crew. We lost Tom early on, who got fired, and we lost Gabby, who chose to leave. I did like them both on television. We just really quickly, we got replacements for them, and they made this big deal about Barnaby and Scarlett joining the cast. They were great and adequate replacements. They weren't anything that were like, oh shit, here come like this cast, these 2 new members who are gonna, make things spicier. It didn't happen. But I really I enjoyed it.
Someone
What did you
please
give it?
hide. Can someone please hide up on Adam's phone charger? He is blowing up on you.
Good Lord. I mean, I don't know if we love Gary as much as we love Gazy, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
Yes, we will. I clicked 7 to 9. I definitely am in the higher end there. I didn't go quite 10 just because I'm always nervous about giving a full 10 to something. And I'm no knock to this season. I just was like, can I give it a 10? Like, is this really the best thing?
But I mean, it is the best season of Below Deck Sailing, right?
It was definitely the best season of Below Deck Sailing. And you know what? You and I have talked about this before when we kind of had to make a meal out of the drama in the past because that's kind of all we were being served up. But right. I will say, just kind of going with what you said, I've really been enjoying a team that has a lot of camaraderie and a little bit of drama. It's been fun. Look, when they get these guests and stuff, that is challenging. And so it's fun to watch a team attack that. So I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. It was nice. I missed Gabby. Tom, okay, bye-bye. But Gabby I missed, but I will say I really did enjoy Scarlett, and I really did enjoy Barnaby coming on. And
Same.
I feel like,
I mean, they weren't like I said, they were adequate replacements. They were great. I don't think they took away from anything in the show, and I don't think they added necessarily anything in the show, but they were great to watch on television. I mean, part of the reason we watch this is to watch them work in yachting and do yachting, and I felt like we got to see a little more of that this season than previous seasons.
Well, and it was nice to see somebody for once tell Gary no. So kudos to Scarlett for
good job, Scarlett,
giving us something different to see. She put him in his place. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of good that came out of the season. It was fun. It was definitely unlike other seasons. I won't mention it, but unlike other seasons, it became a chore after a while. It's like you and I doing the show is like, oh, I gotta watch that stupid show, and it's just
I know. And then we got to talk about what happened, which was usually nothing.
Garbage. Yeah,
garbage.
But this has been fun. It's like on Monday nights, I've been looking forward to. Oh, it's Below Deck night, and so I'm really hoping that, knock on wood, Captain Sandy and the new team delivers that same fun Monday for me.
Hey, we can only hope, and I don't know. And Josh, you have to catch up with Below Deck Down Under. It is the easiest, best show to watch. Listen, I saw all of you on Twitter. First of all, thank you, Norma, for the super chat. We appreciate you. Jason Mizi Dempers is back. I love Captain Sandy. So we shall see how she plays out. Norma, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Everyone was on Twitter tweeting to me, who's from Below Deck Down Under, who's probably one of, by far, the best table decor, maybe one of the best cast members on Below Deck everywhere in general. She's fantastic. She is actually a fan of Anchor Watch, so that is fun to know. She tweeted that, and she would have called in or come on if she was not on a yacht in the middle of the ocean where the billionaire's Wi-Fi sucked so bad. I think that's what she said. So we'll give her a pass. We love her. I'm such a fan of Toomey. I hope to see more of her on Down Under. In fact, I hope we see more of her just in general. Whether or not we see her on Below Deck, I definitely will be following her. Deborah Moore, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. She says Marcos was the MVP of the show. So kind, focused, professional. I wish his success on his new restaurant.
Yeah. If anybody is in LA, head to his restaurant. I think some of our crew actually did go check it out. Norma and gang, did you guys actually make it? I know you guys were talking about it.
I think so. And then Zach Peter, who did the tour with Adam, he
Yes.
went for his birthday and Chef Marcos made him a meal. He said it was fantastic. I know it's only doing amazing. And I know just at the end of the episode, when Marcos was talking to Captain Glenn, he was saying this investor is interested in my partner and I. This is a big deal. I really don't think we're going to see him back. No. And unfortunately, I think he was the best chef we've ever seen on Below Deck.
Well, and he was so good that an investor wanted to open a restaurant with him. So, like, as much as we would love to see him again because he's just awesome to watch on Below Deck, we also, those of us who are fans of his, just have to be super supportive and excited for the fact that he's getting to live out his dream and actually, you know, he's not cooking on a couple hot plates and like tiny little burners and delivering this amazing thing. Now he's actually in a proper kitchen. Can you only imagine what it's like?
In his own, where he's making the decisions and he's doing his own thing. I wanted to bring up our thumbnail of the night, and I put these 6 on the thumbnail because I feel like these 6 make Below Deck Sailing, and these 6 people we cannot do Below Deck Sailing without. Gary, Daisy, if you want to call him Gazy, we can go ahead. Captain Glenn, I think he really shined this season. I wasn't a fan of him the first season of Below Deck Sailing, I have to say. He grew on me the second season. This season, I'm in love with him. Colin is amazing. And guys, if you want more Colin, he has his own YouTube channel called Parlay Revival. It is fantastic. He literally revived an old catamaran that had been like damaged during a hurricane. Now they sail it everywhere. Kelsey, I think, was one of the MVPs for comedic relief this season. And then, of course, Marcos. It's like, how do you do Below Deck Sailing now without this crew?
And they have had some real stinkers when it comes to chefs. That role is just the role of extremes, right? Like, if people aren't amazing in that role, they usually just are horrible. There's kind of no in between when it comes to that chef role. That's either they are completely adequate or just hot mess city, you know, like
I mean, listen, like I would expect, I mean, I've worked with a lot of chefs just from working in hospitality and restaurants and stuff. They all have the same kind of ego temperament, but they usually just get the job done. I didn't see a lot of that from Marcos. He was very like, his demeanor was more calm, cool. I've got this. And he always delivered.
Even in some pretty trying times.
Sorry, I'm trying to focus here, but I can't with Adam in the damn chat. So Adam, I know it's your channel.
Adam, if you want to come stick your head in, come to your studio.
Just call in. Call in, girl. The link will be posted. The link's posted nowhere. So there you go.
Okay. So the episode, Jason, let's kind of go through it a little bit in chronological order here. Okay. We still had the guests who had just celebrated their wedding. And they kind of ended it like mid-wedding, sort of. So they had the ceremony on the beach, and that's where the episode kind of wrapped last week. This week, we open up on kind of a little bit of the aftermath after the ceremony, you know, the crew and them kind of having a playful moment and discussing everything, and then heading back to the yacht and stuff like that. What did you... I mean, we kind of talked about this last week, but what did you think about the wedding?
I mean, listen. This is a great, very, very cute couple, okay? Yes. They're lovely. These charter guests were probably the best we've seen, and I mean, damn.
They're second to the Canadians. They're second to last week's Canadians.
That's true. Oh, they were great too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, wow, they really finished on a high note here.
Yes.
The wedding, listen, it was special because, listen, you're on a yacht with all your friends, right? But it was the Dollar Tree, like, flowers in the sand that got me. It's like you couldn't do, like, rocks or, like, shells or just something to, like, match a little bit. And then if you saw a little bit in the picture, you saw still they had swimmers and people
I
on
know.
one side of, and I just felt so bad for them.
Yeah, it
You
looked
know?
like Lake Havasu on spring break, and then they were having their wedding, and it's like, but bless their hearts, like they didn't complain. They didn't say, "Hey, what's with the wacky flowers on the ground?" Nothing. They were there for each other. They were there to profess their love for one another and be in it. It was it was sweet, and their friends were totally sweet. I love the moment that like when they raced back to the ship, all the friends jumped off the boat and like raced up the stairs and were just being handed like handfuls of rice, so that way when they came up they could, you know, throw it at them. And it was a sweet moment. It was a sweet
I
moment.
mean, listen, like who I don't know. Whose idea was it to throw rice on the deck? Captain Glenn didn't look too happy about it. But the whole departure from the beach going to the yacht was so funny for me. It was like dramatic music, and Ashley, this girl who we'll bring up a photo of her in a second. I have plenty of them, but who wants
Well,
to be
Jason,
second stew.
please bring up the photo. We need to see it. There we go.
This poor girl, this is how she will be remembered. Okay.
At
Really.
least on our show.
I mean, listen, this cast can work hard, play hard. This crew they really can do it. Ashley can play hard. That's all I can say. You know, I haven't really seen much of what she can do the entire season. I know she's been really pushing for the second stew, especially since Gabby left. And then what did Daisy do? She moved them both to junior stews. And then continuously through the entire season, I don't know if it's Bravo editing or whatever, now we see junior steward. Like, that just makes it sound like it's like you're an intern or something. Like, you're not really a part of the crew. You're just like, you know, an intern. But to watch her struggle with the time management for when the guests are coming back, she still needed help. It still feels like she doesn't have the ability to be that second stew. It was very dramatic. The music, the whole chaos. It was like, dun, dun, we need 2 glasses and a bottle of champagne. You didn't see them do anything else. It's like, really? Like, what was going on here?
But they succeeded. Thank goodness for the guests.
They
were none the wiser about the
They
bucket
did
of
what they
wine
needed to
glasses.
do.
They
They
did
are
what they needed to do. They
still
got it
junior
done.
stews at the end of the day. But we'll talk about Ashley's promotion at the end.
On her way out the door.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah. So it was good. Other than that, you know, they had, of course, the big wedding dinner, which Chef Marcos pulled out all the stops.
All the stops. Really quick, Deborah Moore, thank you so much for the super chat. Most boring wedding couple, bring back the Canadians.
Oh, harsh. I was at least saying they were sweet. Okay, Deborah. They weren't exactly exciting.
Ashley is going to add wedding planner to her CV. Let's hope not. I mean, I know she was a big part in setting things up, and if she wasn't kind of demanding things, things would not have gotten set up, but then you have to look at the setup. You know what I mean? Ndub, and thank you, Ndub, for getting Toomey on board to, I'm so glad that we found out that she's a fan of Anchor Watch. But yes, the wedding dinner was just, I mean, from smoked carpaccio with the whole smoke effect to the tomahawk steaks, for Chef Marcos to have all these dietary restrictions and to still deliver a gluten-free wedding cake. I was like,
yeah, well, and you know, the one thing too is he's just really smart too. Like, he knew, yes, the taste of the food was important for this wedding dinner, but also the spectacle had to be there because it was this wedding dinner. And so he delivered on that, you know, and some of the stuff was probably for him wasn't the most, you know, challenging thing, like putting lids on them and blowing smoke in and stuff like that. But he was a smart enough chef to know, hey, this makes a really good presentation. And then, of course, him making that beautiful wedding cake. And especially, like, I mean, I know your taste, I know my taste, like, kind of, I really love the beauty and simplicity. And the fact that the cake, take away those flowers, it's actually a very simple cake. And then he put just the right amount of color, just the right amount of spectacle with those flowers, that, like, it just was simplicity and beauty. And yeah, he really delivered something special. And you heard from their reaction, they did not expect that kind of wedding cake. I think they expected something small, simple. Hey, we're on a yacht. He's got to make it in the kitchen galley and stuff like that. But then when he comes out with like, I think a cake that anyone would be proud to have at their wedding, he was, he saved the day again, and they were just blown away.
That's amazing. And Debbie, thank you so much for becoming a member of Up and Atom. We have lots of great things coming your way. I thought it was the most impressive dinner I've seen on Below Deck. I just thought it was fun. And like the groom said, Marcos, you're a showman. Like, and that's what it's about. It's like if you watch shows like Iron Chef or Top Chef, it's like it's showmanship. Like anyone can cook anything, but you have to have a story and like presentation, and that's what you look for in a yacht. Like if you're booking a yacht charter, you want that the presentation, you want that showmanship. I mean, that's why you're going on a yacht, right?
Absolutely. And that's why you're getting married on a yacht.
Exactly.
And thank you everyone who's here. We have like almost 100 people right now, but 58 likes. So it's so simple, guys. If you're having fun, the easiest way to say thank you and we're enjoying this is just tap that like button. You hear every YouTube channel in the world say it, but it does in our dorky little worlds help. And so, yeah, thank you guys to anybody who does tap that like button.
Hey, and thank you for any new viewers that are coming to watch who watch Below Deck. We will be covering Below Deck Med starting, I believe, July 11th, if I'm not mistaken.
So we'll be on the 12th. Yeah.
So we'll be on
Monday.
Yeah. We'll be on the 12th.
Yep.
So that'll be fun. Okay. So let's move on a little bit and get to the end of this chart. I felt like though the crew, the exterior and the interior went way out of their way to make these guests feel special. I think that this was a great way to send off the last charter, to complete the charter season, and to complete the entire season of Below Deck. I thought it was fantastic.
Well, and you know what too, like the next morning when they were doing breakfast and they were still going like all out, Marcos made sure he ran that last mile, he pushed hard, delivered an amazing breakfast. The cool thing was it didn't feel like they were all just doing it for the tip. They really we have so many crew members right now. They're going to tease me. Saying like
they weren't
that,
just doing it for the tip. I mean,
they weren't
we were
doing it just for the tip. They were also doing it. Now anything I say is going to sound disgusting, but they were really trying hard to give it their all. And then the nice byproduct of that is a big old tip. And so
it's a big old tip and a big old bottle of champagne.
Yes. And again, kind of a perfect thing for them to get their final night. It's kind of nice how like the stars aligned for this last thing. A great way to go out, having that wedding, a great big tip, and then giving them a big old bottle of champagne that they themselves could celebrate the end of their cruise. And the guest actually said that. So it makes me wonder if maybe the producers actually had the bottle there for it and asked the guests like, hey, present this. This is you guys are their final charter. Present this. Because they did say, we know this is, your guys' end of season. We want you guys to celebrate. And here's like,
I mean, for a moment there, after watching that entire charter and everyone working so hard to make it so fun, it was funny to see, them like give the bottle and then like, oh yeah. And then the tip. I was like, oh my God, did they think the bottle was enough?
No, I think they were kidding and stuff. These guys weren't idiots. They knew they were classy with money and stuff like that. Like,
well, listen, I don't want to be a bully and I don't want to dog on someone, but after this entire season of complaining about hierarchy and complaining about who is second and third stew, I mean, we're at the end, and listen, if you like her or you don't like her, Ashley was probably one of my least favorite people, and I hate to say that because I don't want to be negative. On Below Deck in history, not only is she great with pasta, guys, and I've said this so many times, Josh, can you get any worse? I ask myself this question all the time during the season, and it started with stuff like this, and then the whole thing with Tom and how she like throws herself at the boys. and it just gets worse and worse. And then last night, it just got really bad. It's like, girl, you can't take any of this back.
By the way, Tess is dropping comments in the chat like, and it was a nice big tip that they could all really share together. Sorry, folks. This is how the chat room gets. Okay.
A heart to great. Yeah, guys, if you're new here, our chat room gets a little naughty yachty, that we can call it. It was just like, it just got worse and worse. And at the end, when we're all sitting down for the tip meeting, you're getting your big tip, and we're going around the room saying who did what and how good everyone is, which honestly, the crew was great. All Ashley has been striving for is that second stew title. And she went from third stew to junior stew. I don't know if junior stew is below third stew, or if we need like Adrian in here to give us some 2 cents in this. However, I do know she got promoted to lead stew. And a lot of people might say, okay, she got promoted. It was the last charter. It was the last episode. What does that matter? Well, it does matter leaving that charter on your resume and going to another charter, another yacht. They do look at those things. However, I'm not really sure what lead stew means. Leader of under third stew, or leader of third stew, or
it was,
but you're not
the way
second
it was
stew.
shared. It was not second stew, but it was like a promotion. And Daisy did say, and now you could put that on your CV. And I mean, it's kind of funny to me that she got the promotion because for a charter and a half, she finally stopped complaining. So it was like, we've seen so much growth in you, and you've come a long way. And the other people are saying, yeah, you're the person who's grown the most here. And it's like,
but
because everyone else arrived an adult and acted like adults.
Correct. And if you look at the entire season, right, you watch Ashley kind of like piddle paddle by. It caused problems with Gabby, was really like not so cool about having Scarlett. And you really didn't see her work until like this last charter. What did you do? Save it up so you could get something on your CV? Because it seemed like you were really good at playing and partying, but you weren't really good at doing your job.
There's 2 things in the world I found Jason doesn't like. It's season 9 and Ashley.
Listen, I don't want to be. Listen, I mean, the girls got to work. I understand. But I'm just less than impressed. I mean, everything was such a challenge. Even getting Gary to sleep with her was a challenge.
No comment.
There's we'll leave it there. We're going to leave it there. Norma, thank you so much for the super chat. Talk about when they asked Daisy Gary's size. Oh.
They did bring that up in the car. They were trying to. And then Ashley was saying she didn't quite remember because she was drunk and
because she just got the tip.
Well, and Gary keeps referring to it as little Gary, so he's not helping.
What's funny is like last week we discussed on Watch What Happens Live, Andy Cohen actually brought up like, did you feel assaulted, or did you feel like she was taking advantage of you in some sort? And I was like, what? I would love this question to be re-asked at the reunion next week.
With them both on camera.
Yes. Let's just see how that goes. I mean,
so yeah, charter ends, they clean the boat, and then they're basically launching into what we've been waiting all episode for, which was their final night together. And yeah, they go have this big dinner. Captain Glenn came, which I thought was really nice. I thought it was really funny. They taught him how to do the tequila shots.
Listen, okay, I've never seen Captain Glenn drink. I don't think I've seen a lot of captains go out with their crew. We saw Captain Jason on Below Deck Down Under go out a few times,
Captain Sandy,
or how that. She will, and she'll have a little water, and she'll leave really early. But it seemed like Gary was there kind of to play. Or sorry, Glenn. Glenn was there kind of play. I mean, like, but also, like, I'm not fooled. I'm pretty sure he drinks. We've seen him drink more this season than any other captain on camera.
Yeah, but it's always within the context of a meal. You know what I mean? Like, or like this, like, I mean, he's doing the shot to have camaraderie with these people. You know what's funny is they were teasing him for not knowing how to do the salt and the lemon and the tequila. And all. I'll be honest, I've heard about it a million times. I've seen it a million times. I don't know how to do it. I'm used to just picking up the shot and drinking it. So
And just drinking it, yeah.
yeah, I don't know the whole.
He's like, is this what you kids do nowadays?
Yeah,
You have to
I'm like, well, why are we
lick,
making a
bite,
spectacle of
suck,
this? Yeah,
sip. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
yeah. Can we
it's
just
a
take
lot of
the
work.
shot? So yeah, I thought that was funny. They were teasing him. He did bug out early. I don't blame him too. You know, it's like, yes, I'm gonna miss you guys, but also I live on yachts. I always have a new crew. I'll do the
We're done, and he's gonna stay on Parsifal, and so is Gary.
Yeah, I thought that
speaking
was
of
interesting. Gary, I hadn't realized that Gary was like his permanent guy, at least for now. And he even said, like, when him and Colin were talking, he's like, "Oh, I'll stay with Captain Glenn as long as he'll have me," sort of thing. And we see from his knowledge and stuff, it sounds like Captain Glenn would also keep him as long as he wants to stay yachting. So
Hey, listen, after talking to Captain Sean and Adrian from Below Deck Season 1, the yachting industry is so big and there's always opportunities, and it's kind of probably like hospitality where you just like move on to the next thing. I think when you find something good, you probably want to stay in that.
well,
Especially when it benefits both sides, you
Yep.
know? I
Yeah.
mean,
Norma, Josh, you need to lick. My God.
God, this chat is just so ridiculous. You guys are going to get us some views. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. Glenn was having a good time. It's nice to see Glenn have a good time again. Glenn
He earned it. He delivered a great season.
I don't know where he came from. Like the first season, I just could not get into Glenn. Maybe I'm so used to like Captain Lee and Sandy, who was so micromanagey, but also really good. And then Glenn is like, he lets the leash off. He lets them do their thing. He gives them responsibility. He trusts their CVs or what they're supposed to be. And it really benefited this season.
Yeah, and you and I talked about this too, like before. The other seasons in the past with sailing, it's almost like he wasn't even edited into the show much. So it's like he really kind of put himself like in the back seat, and we didn't really hear from him, see him much or anything like that. So it was nice to see him more present. And yeah, I mean, I know most seasons of Below Deck, the first episode, we do get introduced to two team members, like engineers and stuff, who then become, you never see them again. The captain's not supposed to be like that, but on sailing with him, it almost became that, where it's like, hi, this is the captain, and you're not going to really see him. But this season, he was a cast member, not just
he was very prominent. 100%. Ginger said he showed his personality and let us in as viewers. I honestly think I got that. Tess says, honestly, Captain Lee and Captain Sandy both really disappointed me in their last seasons. I'm appreciating Captain Glenn's manner more, considering that. I mean, listen, he has a different way of managing. It obviously worked, but he also had a good crew. I mean, he really did have a good crew.
And he's Canadian, so it's unfair. He's already
he's always
98% nice.
It's just really, he's great. We love Captain Glenn. Listen, someone who had an extraordinary season, of course, making his way through, well, I don't know if there's any better way to put it, making his way through the ladies, of course, is Gary. Gary, I think, locked lips with every single woman on that boat, and maybe even a man or two.
You know what? The only one, I think he smooched on Marcos, I think. I probably smooched on Colin. The only one was Kelsey. Kelsey was the only one who was
Kelsey.
Like, your favorite
it's
girl.
So funny. I'm telling you, she's one of my favorites because she is so just in the background. Like, she just makes her appearances when needed. She says things when needed, and it is gold. Even her NASA joke, I was like, this is so... What was that joke?
She's going to make a really good old dad one day.
She said, how does NASA plan a party? They plan it. Kelsey was just fun. I mean, even like finishing the whole wedding, she's like, last charter, last sunset of the season. She just adds this like comedic relief that I think is needed. I mean, it's so serious sometimes, and she just gives that, I don't know, that
she brings a sweetness and an innocence, but not an immaturity, if that makes sense. Like, she's sweet and innocent, but not like because she comes off as a 12-year-old or something. You know, she just seems like somebody who respects herself, which automatically makes people respect her, you know? No one kind
I
of messed
agree.
with her, or, you know,
She didn't really get into the drama too. And actually, when Gary was flipping his shit that one episode, she actually was kind of like, okay, calm down. Let me know what you need. She's very good. I think she's great at her job, but she's been sailing for a long time, apparently. So everyone loves Kelsey. Everyone loves Kelsey. But listen, Gary made his way, through the rounds of women. But what do you see for the future of, well, let's call them Gazy, Gary and Daisy?
Okay,
Where
so
do we see
Jason,
this going? Because I feel like this is a setup for season 4.
I mean, I definitely feel like they left us like on an emotional cliffhanger for season 4. But so here's my question. I didn't quite understand. Was she in her drunken kind of stupor there for a little bit, asking Gary to like go get it on? Like, was she making that offer? I didn't quite understand what she was getting at least for a little bit there. It seemed like she was like going like, let's go do this sort of thing.
I mean, that's how it felt. I do have to say.
And then
It did feel
also,
like okay, I hated you last season. And then we had Josh, we've talked about this, on previous things. They have this like brother-sister relationship that it almost seems sinful to watch them like flirt with each other. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you guys are like brother and sister. You almost look like you could be brother and sister. And then you're like, hey, you want to go on the starboard or the port side and I'll put my tip in? Or, it's like,
oh my god, I'm not even gonna go any further with that. But yeah, she seemed to be making the offer. Here's my thing. First of all, what was Gary's obsession with her putting on dry clothes? Isn't the idea, let's go take off our clothes?
well, that's what she said. She's like, I can just take off my clothes. Why do you need dry clothes? You want dry clothes to take off? What are you
And,
gonna do? Just go in
like,
the room with your
when the
swim
love's
shorts?
flowing, what's with the putting up the whole, let's go into the bright part of the ship, go to your room, put on some clothes, come back out, hope that you're still in the mood? I would have been like, all right, let's go do this. Let's sneak away.
Sadie
Plus,
Lady, I could not agree with Sadie Lady more. I mean, they will get married in their 50s. I was saying to Adam, I'm like, when they're done with yachting, if they stay like connected, they're gonna be sitting on a boat or a porch somewhere, just being those old lovers who were like, oh, remember back in the day.
yeah, they'll be doing tours somewhere like in Florida together.
Yeah.
She get Gary in check. They won't work. Gracie is a no-go. Never say never, Marianne. They went from being mortal enemies to now Gary's talking about the sexual tension that is
No,
there.
he's not even talking. Like, it's just not sexual tension though. It's anytime the wedding or love or anything comes up, he's like, "Oh, I'm here." Even Barnaby had a little crush on Daisy. That was the one thing he said when he left. He was like, "Oh, I wish I got to know her better. She's so fit." So, Marianne, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate it. Keep Gary in check. They won't work. Gazy is a no-go. Like you said, Josh, only time will tell. Maybe season 4 will tell.
Or maybe they'll be our sorry for the old reference, the Sam and Diane, and this will be like every season for 10 seasons. They'll be, I guess I should use Jim and Pam for nowadays. But like, are they ever? Will they? Sort of thing.
I do have to say though, like I said at the beginning, and Josh, I know you agree with me. I think the camaraderie of this crew, minus here in this photo, Gabby and Tom. Let me find a different photo. The camaraderie of this crew is just fantastic, and it left, Below Deck producers, production, Bravo did such a positive spin here when they left us off feeling so good that this cast was so good. Even Colin said it himself. It's so hard to find a team like this who works so well together. Captain Glenn was even saying how well they work together. It would almost be great to see this cast back and to see things kind of unravel a little more with, minus this. I would love to just see, let's throw in a new stew for the mix. Feelings.
It was interesting though at the end when everyone, it's funny too, they kind of staged everyone's exits from like least important to most important this time. And so they had the newer people leave first. And then I like how they even had that moment down in the galley where Captain Glenn looked around and said, "Hey, it's the original crew from last season," and it was Daisy, Gary, and Colin and him all together. And then Colin said his goodbye, and then it left us with Daisy and Gary to say goodbye. But wasn't it interesting this season, as great as they all did together, so many of them left and were basically saying, like, I won't do this again.
With Scarlett said she could work anywhere after being on that boat.
Scarlett,
I mean, listen, after this, I don't know.
Hey,
this is the last photo we'll see of Ashley on that boat.
No, Ashley said she'll go on, but like Kelsey said,
of course she will. If she's second
not. Kelsey said she doesn't want to do another super yacht. Marcos is opening his restaurant. Colin made it sound like he's done.
Colin has so much going on. Guys, if you don't follow Colin's channel on YouTube, Parlay Revival, I'll even link it here after we're done. It is a fantastic YouTube channel. There are so many sailing yacht channels, but how many sailing boat channels do you get with Colin on it?
I'm subscribing right now so I don't forget, because he's
fantastic. They redid this old catamaran, the sailing catamaran, and they sail it everywhere. It's just fun to watch their adventures going from like Panama. They were even at our old condo where Adam and I used to live. We were right on the intercoastal, and they literally could see Parlay Revival from my little beach in my intercoastal. I was like, oh my God, we should ask Colin for an interview.
And you didn't. What a fool.
Adam, it wasn't covering Below Deck. That's why Below Deck is the #1 show on Bravo. People just don't realize that. I think it attracts a bigger audience.
So yeah, the night, it actually ended up not being as I don't know, crazy as I thought it was gonna get. I thought the evening was gonna get crazy, but it's funny, like pretty much everyone was waiting to see who Gary would hook up with, and like one by one the girls were kind of like, yeah, I'm tagging out. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing. And they all kind of just started going to bed.
Scarlett's like, I'm done.
Yeah. Good on Scarlett too, because it was so assumptive that they would hook up, at least on Gary's part. And
right.
The show was kind of making it feel like, oh, these two are going to hook up. And good on her for like keeping her dignity. And,
Hey, she is a cute girl. She was great on television. I just, the way they built it up mid-season, like we were having this new person arrive, especially with Barnaby too. They were like, who is this new person that's coming on board? Oh, they're fine. I wouldn't mind seeing Barnaby back. I wouldn't mind seeing Scarlett back if she really wants to come back. But
I wouldn't mind, and I know you're gonna hate this.
Oh God, don't say it.
I wouldn't mind because she brings some fun to the show. Ashley. Where else would you be able to get those screenshots, Jason?
I mean, literally, where would we get any photos of ridiculousness if she was not?
Speaking of her last night, she outdid herself with the spaghetti, and she went to grilled cheese, and she was so drunk. She was trying to make grilled cheese for the crew. She was just hacking huge chunks of cheese. It got to the point where she wasn't even putting bread and just throwing cheese into the grill and grilling
and slamming it. It's like
mess.
This is how you make your toast in the morning. Like, what are you doing? You're just you're ruining it for other people. Don't ruin it for other people. All right, Josh. Well, I think I have to say, if I could have anyone back, it would be these 6. This is wishful thinking. I understand. Yep. Chef Marcos is very busy with his restaurant in LA. It's doing very well. A lot of people have been visiting him. He is passionate, and I know it's not just yachting because we've listened to his stories and how he's evolved through his life and the things he's gone through. So I don't know if we'll see him back. Kelsey apparently doesn't want to come back, but we love Kelsey. She's amazing. Colin is questionable he has his own stuff going on. He has a huge, successful YouTube channel. He is very talented in sailing and yachting. Like he doesn't need this, but he also is in a relationship, so maybe that will have something to do with it. I do think we will get on season 4 Gary, Daisy, Gazy, and Glenn back, and I think it will be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll get some answers at the reunion.
Oh yeah, the reunions is gonna be fun. There's things I actually want. This is I'll be honest. Some of the reunions I just don't care about. I'm like, the season's done. I don't care. This is one I actually want to go. Ashley's OnlyFans account.
Sorry, Sarah. How much? That's really funny. How much is Ashley OnlyFans account? So gross. Hey, people will pay for that.
She doesn't have an OnlyFans account, does she?
I don't follow her anywhere.
Yeah, I'll check later. I'll check later.
I mean, she's young though. I mean, right? We were all like that at 23.
No.
Oh no, we were building a show with Cirque du Soleil at 23. Oh my god, I'm so sad. I'm kidding.
Oh my god, you're a bitch.
Casey says no to Ashley, but bring Gabby back. But wouldn't it be cool to see Gabby and her new beau come on a sailing yacht? Just saying.
One thing I did notice real quick, the final episode, they're getting ready to leave. Chef Marcos was decked out in his restaurant gear, shirt, hat. Colin was decked out in his Parlay Revival tank top.
Yes.
Like they were both branded out. That's the only thing that makes me take pause and go, well, maybe Colin will be back again, because if he can also somehow work in a little bit of his Parlay Revival and talk about what he's doing off season or something like that, it is an amazing opportunity as far as like publicizing himself and people getting to know him. And he never comes off in a bad light too. He's very smart about how he presents himself on that show. And so it is good publicity for him and to gain more followers and stuff.
I mean, and listen, Colin is easy on the eyes. I've even told Adam, I'm like, Colin's very good looking. But I mean, he's great. I'm sure Bravo and NBC is like, you're not talking about shit on this, but you can wear your gear, and I'm sure that drives a lot of attention and a lot of traffic to his YouTube channel as well.
When we live in a world where a lot of people look up people on Instagram that they like and stuff like that. By the way, hey Bailey, she just dropped that comment. Bailey will be with us next week as part of our panel for the reunion show.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah, she said the Bravo reunions are juicier than the actual shows most of the time, so she's excited. Yeah, I mean, some people love. I don't know. I guess I have to like the season to even want to watch.
I mean, listen, season 9, Below Deck season 9. Sorry guys, take a drink. Was the worst reunion in the history of Bravo, not just Below Deck.
Yeah,
I don't know if everyone was using Windows 95. I don't know what was going on. If we're like stuck on dial-up, no one connected right. The conversation wasn't there. Andy could care less about Below Deck. Let's be honest. Okay, love Andy on Watch What Happens Live. Love him doing Housewives. But when it comes to Below Deck, it's like, dude, sit this one out. You don't even want to be there. Raina didn't want to be there. Heather didn't want to be there. Shit, Captain Lee didn't want to be there. Yeah. No one wanted to be there. Poor Wes. He's sitting there not knowing he was about to meet Gabby. That's what I'm saying. Wes and Gabby coming on a sailing yacht as a couple might be very interesting. Just saying. Just saying. Yes, Annika. Yes. If you haven't known or haven't gotten to know already, I thought this was the worst season of Below Deck. This Below Deck season. Oh, so awful. So awful. High hopes for Below Deck Med season 9.
Yep.
Very high hopes. Captain Sandy coming back. Quick story about Captain Sandy. Adam and I we're on boats all the time. We live in South Florida. Boats are just a thing down here. I think almost all of our family have boats, and some of our friends just get around by boats. It's just like a Florida. They don't even wear shoes. They're so gross. No, I'm just kidding. But we're always on boats, and then people in the boating community and the yachting community really have a lot of respect for Captain Sandy and have seen her in her talks and her presentation. So I don't know if we're getting a bad look of Captain Sandy. I've always liked her. I know I didn't really like what she did to Hannah because Hannah is our girl, and Adam and her are really good friends. So I just, I don't like that situation. However, having Captain Sandy come back on a new yacht, something more fresh and modern, with a brand new crew, with a whole bunch of people, and see how she does with them. I'm here for that.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the reunion next week because I had fun with the season. I want to hear what they have to say. I want to hear some fun questions that are going to be asked of them. And then also, I'm looking forward to our show because I want to hear what all of our, all of our viewers think. I want to ask some fun questions ourselves, which I know we can think of some good ones. I've already started writing a list. And then I think too, just having our panel all on, next week is definitely going to feel like a party, and deservedly so. Like, let's go out celebrating this season. Hopefully Bravo catches wind and sees that people, if they serve up a good season, viewers love it, and this will be our way of showing.
I mean, listen, even viewers didn't love Below Deck Season 9. It was still, I can say this so many times. If you guys are taking shots when I say Below Deck Season 9, you will be drunk. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, so Captain Lee does have health issues. Yes, that has been talked about and rumored that Captain Sandy will go replace Captain Lee in season 10 halfway through the season. I don't know if that's going to be true or not. That's just what sources are saying. I'm not sure.
He even tweeted himself about some of his issues, and I mean, he was late to the beginning of last season because of his health issues. So,
which, thank goodness, we got Captain Sean. Just saying.
Silver lining.
Sandy liked the camera too much. Yes, I mean, obviously, Captain Lee and Captain Sandy have built their brands on below deck. Sometimes I complain about Below Deck because I've been introduced to the yachting industry so much, and I worked for the yachting or in the yachting industry for a little bit. And you look around and you're like, oh, Below Deck is such a joke. I would know nothing about the yachting industry if it wasn't for Below Deck. I love that this show is on television. I love watching these people's lives. I'm so happy they share them with us. Even Ashley, thank you for sharing your life with us.
You're spaghetti.
You're teaching a lot of young girls not what to do or what not to do. I don't know. We shall see. But next week we will be back to discuss Below Deck Sailing Yacht Season 3 reunion, and we have a panel. There's gonna be 4 of us, right? Next week.
At least I think I've invited. Well, from my channel, we were covering Survivor. There were 4 of us. I invited all of them, including my wife.
Great. So we're going to be 5 of us as a panel next week.
Yes.
We're going to go over the reunion and thoughts of the season, and just run down through the cast and see, who we want to see back and who we don't, and why this season was so good. Guys, leave your comments below. Let us know who your favorite cast member is of this season and who you would want to see come back. I really want to know. And I will be in those comments. Thank you guys for letting us take over Adam's channel and bring Anchor Watch to Up and Adam. We will be here every Tuesday night at 11 p.m. with the exception of July 5th. We will not be here. It's July 4th weekend. We're going to take a break that week. Yeah, but we're excited. Annika has a question for you, Josh. She says, Josh, what is next? What is the next show you are doing on your channel?
We don't know yet, but I will tell you guys, like, it's my thing is, if I'm going to do something, I want it to be good. And so at least for now, Jason and I are just really focused on delivering for you guys on this. It's a big deal too, that we're coming to Adam's channel. Adam doesn't have other shows on his channel right now. And so I just feel a big responsibility to deliver something quality because he's built up such an amazing channel,
an amazing community. I mean, they're all here, and this is why I wanted to bring this here.
Yeah, and I just don't want to deliver a stinker on his channel, So let's
give us a few weeks.
Give us a few weeks. We'll be delivering stinkers every week, but for at least a week or 2, let's give you something quality. No, and then we'll look at doing something else on my channel. But thank you for asking. I definitely had a great time doing that with 2 of my friends and my wife. We were covering Survivor, so we'll probably be covering Survivor this fall. They have a new season coming.
Of course,
we'll let you know. We got all summer to play together. So,
and Coffee Buzz Greg will be here next week.
Yep.
Bailey will be here next week, and Josh's wife Natalie will be here next week, and we'll be covering the Below Deck Season 3 reunion. I can't wait to get into it. I'm excited.
We're so close to hitting 100 likes. Norma mentioned.
Yes, so close, and 125 in the room. This is the most we've had for sailing. Sailing is just picking up. I mean, the ratings are there, but as far as picking up for our lives, we're used to having a 100 people in the room for below deck, but below deck sailing,
And a coffee buzz. Just next week you can ask my wife. I always do.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. And again, listen, comment below if you're catching the replay on who you want to see back next season from below deck.
Yes, and Jason, one more thing.
Yeah.
We're 2 days away from your birthday, buddy. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I'm so excited.
We're
actually going to celebrate it.
Over 50. You did not look a day over 50.
Girl, listen. I'm going to be 39 and I'm proud to say it. I'm very happy with looking how I am at 39 years old. No, I have not had Botox. No, I have not had surgery. I just take care of my skin. I mean, Josh, we were in the circus. We wore piles of makeup. We had to learn to take care of our skin.
Yes. And you know what? Like, some people are like, well, was that horrible for your skin? I think because, just real quick on a side tangent, because we didn't want to have to reapply so often, we were constantly removing the sweat from our face. I think that actually helped give us really good skin during that time because we were constantly removing the oil. And so it wasn't sitting there. Anyways, what the hell am I talking about? Guys, thank you for joining us. Happy birthday to Jason.
Hey, thank you guys.
Adam,
I
for
appreciate
letting us on the channel. Thank you all for
thanks, Adam.
Who joined us.
Brilliant idea from Jason. Where's below deck on your channel?
Yeah, and this is the last time I'll be thanking Adam, so I'm glad it's on YouTube.
Well, I mean, Adam has been the only YouTuber or only other person who's interviewed so many below deck people. If you go to his interviews, there's a ton. You have Chef Rachel, you have Malia, you have Hannah, you have Aisha. He interviewed Aisha today from Below Deck Down Under. It's a fantastic interview. It's available. It's pinned to the top of the chat if you guys want to check it out. Deborah, thank you so much for the super chat. I can't wait for you to see Below Deck Down Under. It's even better than Below Deck Sailing Yacht. And yes, the captain rocks. Captain Jason is amazing. Toomey is amazing. Toomey, if you're watching, a big hello. Thank you for watching Anchor Watch whenever you do. We love it. But Josh, you're missing out on Below Deck Down Under.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I have two little ones. It's my TV time is far in between, and I've been obsessed with my Kindle lately. So, but I will.
My God, you read? No one reads in 2022. Josh, get a life.
I'm a loser.
Get a life. What a loser.
Happy birthday, loser. Books. Happy birthday, loser. Happy birthday.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to leave your comment below. Again, who do you want to see return on Below Deck Sailing Yacht Season 4? I know for sure we're going to have at least 3 of them, but we shall see. Guys, we will see you next week with our panel to recap the reunion. Good night, everyone. Bye.